Hello there, it's me, Godzilla, and today I shall review the next installment of the Godzilla franchise. Here it is, Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. Yep. Now, as you all know, this monster, King Ghidorah, is probably one of the most famous Godzilla monsters of all time. He has been regarded as the arch-enemy of Godzilla. And you can see why, because throughout the franchise, he'll be fighting Godzilla for a lot of times. Now, this is his first debut, and he does it pretty well. There's also a time where Rodan returns in his second film, alongside with Godzilla, and Mothra also comes as well. This time only being one Mothra, because the other one supposedly dies, which is too bad. But anyway, let's talk about the movie. Now, the human characters in the story, they're likable, as usual. Toho never fails at making people likable, most of the time. However, the plot isn't exactly anything special. I mean, it's good special. Such as, the assassins trying to kill the princess. So that's kind of, it's pretty cool. And that, she being controlled by Martians. Supposedly she's a descendant of the Martians. So, there you have it. Now, the human characters are all likable. The detectives, you can really like them because they are dedicated to their job and to their mission. The reporter girl, she's very compassionate towards the Martian princess, so you can like her too. And the man who studies the meteor from Ghidorah's, meteor, he's also likable because you can see that he cares about his colleagues. Now, as for the music is just great. It's awesome. King Ghidorah's music, King of Terror, it's just perfect. It's amazing. And as for Rodan's return, they gave him Varan's theme. Varan is a movie I'll be reviewing some other time in the future. Now, Varan's theme has been evolved to a new level of epicness. The original one was very suspenseful and mysterious. This one is just pretty much terrifying epicness, and fits Rodan perfectly. Now, as for the Godzilla costume, it's okay. It's nothing special about it. The Godzilla vs. Mothra costume, now that costume was pretty incredible, but the three-headed monster costume of Godzilla, it's okay. There's nothing really bad about it. It just doesn't seem as intimidating as its predecessor. Rodan's costume suffers the same thing. It's not bad, but it's not as intimidating as the original Rodan costumes. The Mothra larva, it's cute. In my opinion, it's cute. Now, as for the King Ghidorah costume, it is amazing. A golden dragon, no arms, but he has 2 enormous wings and 3 heads. Now that is all you need to know. He comes from outer space, and he shoots lightning bolts, which are called gravity beams, and that basically causes a lot of damage. Which he doesn't even need to use the gravity beams. Whenever he flies over cities, the cities become devastated from the hurricane that comes after his flight. So Ghidorah is pretty powerful. The only complaint I have is the torso of Ghidorah. I mean, it looks good and it's pretty buff, but it's smaller than Godzilla's torso. Like, see here? This is probably around the area where Ghidorah's torso reaches, and then his neck's arch over. And yes, there's a hand. Anyway, as for the Ghidorah's 3 heads, it's amazing to have a three-headed monster. It's just epic. The other complaint I have is that the Ghidorah heads are smaller than Godzilla heads. I mean, it makes sense in a way, I suppose. But Ghidorah's head is probably around this big. Yeah, basically, look at the finger. The finger, that's the size of Ghidorah head compared to the Godzilla's head. And Well, it's something about about my imagination that I want Ghidorah's body to be bigger than Godzilla's, and his head's bigger than Godzilla's head. But that's just my thing. But overall, the Ghidorah costume, magnificent. He's got one tail that splits into two. He got small spikes, but they look good. And man, overall, he is one of the most spectacular monsters ever. And this is coming from me, a Godzilla species. I, a Godzilla species, am showing respect and admiration for a Ghidorah's appearance. That's just how awesome King Ghidorah's look is, and powers, and attitude. He has been known as the Destroyer of Worlds, the King of Terror, and it's just King Ghidorah. So, overall, the movie, 4 out of 5 stars. 4 out of 5 stars. This movie is fun. The thing that makes it one of the most epic Godzilla movies is that it's a Royal Rumble movie. Seriously, we got 4 monsters. One of these monsters have 3 heads. And all these the other 3 monsters had their own appearances before. No, these 3 monsters come together for an ultimate Royal Rumble that I have to say is one of the most badass things ever. And one more thing to say, King Ghidorah's appearance after rising from the meteor, his first appearance is just epic. So freaking epic. Now, the movie, completely awesome. 4 out of 5 stars, as I said. I recommend it very highly. Ghidorah, the 3-headed monster. Buy it, watch it, love it. Because you got no choice but to love it. It's just that awesome. This is Godzilla signing off.